What is up everyone, it's Alex here. In the short video I want to share with you Warren Buffett's advice on how to narrow the stock picks, how to pick from the dozens and dozens of companies that are out there. Where do we start our research? There are thousands and thousands of companies that are listed on the stock exchange. Like, where should we start? Here's what Warren Buffett's advice is, and this comes from one of the annual shareholder meetings. Think about something that you understand, think about something that you are familiar with, and start from there. This is in line with his concept of circle of competence, or how Charlie Munger likes to call it, being capable of understanding the business. The idea is that we start to narrow down, we start our research by looking at things that we are familiar with, that we understand, or that we are using on a day-to-day basis. This is one of the first steps of the investing process, because we've got to find the company that we are going to dig more into, that we are going to look at some of the financials, that we are going to try to see if we are able to understand it by researching a bit about it, and by starting with a company that we are familiar with, that we are using on a day-to-day basis, or that we enjoy consuming the products from. It's going to be very interesting and it's going to capture our attention, and we might have some incentive to learn more about that company. Let's say that you love to eat out and you love burritos in particular, but you also enjoy a lot to go and eat out. Well, there are probably a couple of companies that you are using on a day-to-day basis or on a regular basis, and where you enjoy to go out the most. For example, you might love the burritos that Chipotle is providing. Here's the magic. That's where we should start our research, or that's where you should start our research. If you enjoy burritos, you can take a look at the companies where you enjoy eating out the most to see if they are listed on a stock exchange. If you love the cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory, well, you're in luck, because Cheesecake Factory is traded on the stock exchange, and you can start and research the company. See if there are some companies that you enjoy using their products, and then see if those companies are listed on the stock exchange, or if their parent company is listed on the stock exchange. And that would be an amazing place to start the research for your next investment. It would be pointless to start the research by looking into cloud computing stocks when you have no clue about cloud computing, and it's probably gonna bore you to death. And if this is the case, if you start with something like this just because you heard your neighbor that the cloud computing companies are going to boom in the next 5 to 10 years, if this is going to bring you to tears of boredom, then it's not going to be worth looking at those stocks. Why not look at something that you enjoy looking at, that you enjoy researching? If you love eating out, research a lot of restaurants and places where you like to go and you like to try their product, and also some new places that you probably would like to try out, and see if this gives you an opportunity to expand your circle. Let's not forget this thing that Warren Buffett and a lot of value investors shared with us. When we buy a piece of a business, when we buy a share of a business, we become part owners of that business. And if you enjoy Cheesecake Factory, for example, or Chipotle, when you're buying a share of Chipotle, you are becoming a part owner of Chipotle or Cheesecake Factory. And this should motivate you to learn more about the business. This should motivate you to look at the competitors, to see what are they doing, how they are innovating, how they are capturing some of the clients, what products are they developing, what kind of dishes are they developing, and how basically their business is doing. Because you can compare the companies to see which one is better and which one is going to give you the most return for your investment. So to summarize, in Warren Buffett's view, the best place to start the research is by looking around us and looking at things that we are using on a day-to-day basis, and then look who's making those things or who is providing those services, and then see if such companies are traded on the stock exchange. And remember, Just because we're using the product, it doesn't mean that we should buy the business. That's only it's the identification phase of the companies. After we identify the business, then we are taking the step further to look how healthy the company is, how fast is it growing, how are the profits, how are the revenues, and so on and so forth. The whole purpose of this is that it's going to be much more interesting for us to learn about those businesses than it would be to learn about something that we are not interested at all. Alright everyone, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you found it useful. If you did so, all I ask you is to please smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. And until next time, take care, have a wonderful day, and don't forget that you are amazing.